Welcome back, Phobia fans. Today on Planet Phobia, we have another 5 interesting phobias to look at. So, I hope you're having a wonderful day and keeping those phobias at bay. Let's get into it. Agoraphobia, fear of being forgotten. This phobia has dual components. It is the fear of forgetting things or even oneself. This can be found in the early stages of dementia. When these people lose items and forget things, it becomes very difficult. Also, once this begins, they are afraid of forgetting who they are. On the other hand, the caregivers and loved ones of people with dementia fear that the person with dementia will forget who they are, making this phobia have 2 different aspects. Though you may have not heard of this phobia before, it is very common. Many people suffer from agoraphobia, who are left alone in childhood. The constant loneliness and fear of being unsubstantial can bring about this phobia. Another condition which comes in play with this phobia is amnesia. Family members of people afflicted with amnesia can also have this phobia. Doctors believe a combination of medical and genetic issues coupled with negative traumatic past incidences are likely causes. Common traits of phobics include having low self-esteem, are introverted, depressed, socially awkward, typically shy and passive. Their thoughts are stuck on repeat, and the song playing is titled, "Am I Fading into Oblivion?" It's not just Alzheimer's and amnesia where this phobia is present. People with bad memories are afraid of being diagnosed with any neurodegenerative disease, sometimes spending vast amounts of money on drugs that claim to improve one's memory. Sometimes symptoms will include being angry and depressed, while others tend to withdraw and be isolated. Interestingly, some sufferers can be found hiding and even burying mementos and doing everything they can to remember where they are. From recording it somewheres, setting reminders, or tying knots on one's fingers, or otherwise marking where the objects are. Galeophobia, fear of sharks. Name origin, Galeos, Greek for small shark or dogfish. This phobia is also known as colecophobia. Many of us are probably afraid of sharks. This is common, but phobics can't shake the feeling and always dread the idea of sharks. Phobics will stay away from bodies of water where sharks may be and even fear them in aquarium settings. Movies have played a big role in this phobia, bringing images of bloodthirsty, massive predators to the masses. Also, just the appearance of these creatures can bring about fear and anxiety. The rows of sharp teeth, cold eyes staring at you, ominous fins seen from the water's surface. Some may have had a personal bad experience with a shark, but most live it out through news reports or sightings of shark attacks happening to swimmers and surfers. Many phobics will be visibly shaken if viewing sharks in the media or seeing images of them, and will try to avoid this. The fear can be so irrational, phobics will stay clear of public pools and water parks. Ranidaephobia, fear of frogs. Name origin, Latin, rani or ranidae, meaning the family of amphibians, including frogs. Also known as bactrachophobia. For people with this phobia, there are many causes. Lots of folklore and fairy tales include frogs. A prince turns into a frog and needs a kiss from a princess to gain his human form. The myth that frog urine can cause warts. This is portrayed by warts on a witch's nose and has negative connotations. Some frog species are poisonous and allergy-inducing, which can bring on fear of this amphibian. Past bad experiences are also causes for this phobia. The touch, sound, or sight of the frog triggers anxiety. Frogs are a common animal to be dissected in student labs. This experience alone has created many phobics. The fact that frogs live in wet, damp, or rainy locations, then come out at night to croak, feed, and mate, leaves some believing frogs are evil and associated with death. Hygiene also plays a role. People believe frogs are found in and live in dirty places. Their natural camouflage can make them hard to see. Usually their appearance is a surprise. This also triggers phobics. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Name origin, pyr or pyre is Greek for fire. This is a common phobia and many people suffer from it. It is normal to have a safe respect for fire. Phobics, however, will be overwhelmed by the presence of smoke and even small, contained fires. Phobics fear the mere smell of smoke and will involuntarily check stoves, heaters, and smoke detectors to make sure they are all working properly. Since ancient times, fire has been necessary for the human experience. It brings us warmth and cooked food. However, fire can burn. Fire can get out of control and have severe consequences. The pain felt from a burn is immense. The destruction caused can be immeasurable. People who have been injured in a fire or who have lost their homes to fire can suffer from this phobia. As you think of how fire and flame is around you every day, keep in mind this quote from William Shakespeare: "Fire that's closest kept burns most of all." Anatidae phobia, fear of ducks. Name origin: Anatidae, which is Greek for duck and other waterfowl. This phobia may seem trivial to most, but phobics with this fear have a belief that somewhere a duck is watching them. This thought is all-consuming. Paranoia is formed when phobics believing ducks are watching them or fearing their presence even when no ducks are present. A possible altercation as a child can bring about this phobia: trying to give a duck a piece of bread and it nips your finger, or ducks swooping in to steal your food. The strong sound duck wings make is also a particular fear. Phobics may stay away from parks and bodies of water. Some won't even venture outside because this phobia has so gripped their everyday existence. Thanks for watching today's video. That was 5 more phobias we explored. Keep watching to see your phobia. Comment below which phobia keeps you awake. Please subscribe.